Microphone check. 1, 2. All right. I'm ready. David does dev. What's happening? What's popping? All right, here we go. Here we go. Daily problem time. Minimum operations to make a uni-value grid. You're given a 2D integer grid of size m by n and an integer x. In one operation, you can add x or subtract x from any element in grid. A uni-value grid is a grid where all the elements of it are equal. Return the minimum number of operations to make the grid uni-value. If it is not possible, return -1. All right. When did I do this? A long time ago. 4.5 years ago. So, dang. So we have to add or subtract x from any element in the grid. Does that mean that in order for this to be a uni-value, I think every element must be a multiple of x? Is that true? I think so. So this one, it says it's 4 operations, but everything is even, which is a multiple of x, 2. Let me see out here. X is 1. It's possible because 1 can go into everything. All right, this one is x is 2, but we got a couple odd ones. All right, so maybe first we can determine if everything is divisible by x. And then what do we do, man? Do we take the median? Do we sort all the values in there? Try and get it down to the median value. Not too sure, but let me do some checking some things. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8. They say the answer here is 4. So x equals 2. So it's 4 because, wait, do we return how many moves or no? I wonder if the best value will always be a number in the grid. I'm not sure. Anyways, but if we took the median, what's the median? The middle? I guess if it's even, maybe we try both of these, 4 and 6. So let me see, if we made everything to 4, this would be 1 move, 0. This would be 1 move, and this would be 2 moves, and that would be 4. If we made everything to 6, this would be 2 moves, this would be 1 move, this would be 0, that would be 1. So these are both valid, actually. I don't know. Maybe these examples are not that good. Is it the median, man? I think there's only one way to find out, is if I just implement it. But how do I know it's only one move away? Do I go x divided by 2, the difference of those divided by 2, and that's 1? Leet Whale, what's poppin'? How you doing? Alright, I'm gonna try that, man. So first, what am I doing? It's racing through every cell and checking if it's divisible by x first. And then I'm going to sort all the nums, I suppose. We'll see how that works. And then we got to do the median thing. So if it's one number, I just check the middle. Or if it's, if it's odd or even. So I guess this would be odd, even. So if it's odd, we just take the midpoint, which is n divided by 2. So if it's 3 divided by 2 is 1, and next, yeah, so that's our midpoint. But if it's even, I guess we have 2 midpoints. And I'm gonna just say the first midpoint is still n divided. Is it still n divided by 2? No, because 4, if the size is 4 divided by 2, that gives us 2. And it would be the second half. Should I do that? Just so it's like less confusing for me. And maybe, I don't know if I should try like the best of M0 and M1. But let me try. Maybe I'll make a function to bring it to this target. What did I call this function, man? I'm gonna call it work. What is it doing? It's trying to like get the number of steps. I'm gonna just call it steps. Get steps. I don't know what it's doing yet. I guess it's gonna take in a target, and that's it, I think, because we already have x. So I'm going to iterate over all the nums, and then I guess the target, we have to figure out how many steps it takes to get to that target. So I guess we'll take the difference of the target and the current number, and then it's that divided by x. And then I guess we should try and remember an answer, a best answer. So what do they want? They want the minimum. So I'll set it to int max initially. And then I'm gonna just say the max of this and get steps. And what's our target? Our target is nums m. And I suppose this will return an int. I think we have to specify that. Right? And I'll just do m0, m1. I don't know, man. We're about to see, I guess. Uh-oh. Well. What is happening? It's supposed to be min, perhaps? Uh-oh. My Corey, thank you very much for the hydrates. Chromantic King, blessings and guidance. Cheers. My Corey, cheers. Chromantic King, welcome to the party. Alright, what am I doing wrong here, man? 86. Well, I guess if there's, I guess it's an edge case where if there's only one number, then we're good. So maybe I shouldn't return. I guess we can be like, if rows times calls equal 1, return 0. And that should be that edge case. Maybe. Dang, can't be vowels. Messed up. Maybe it's not median. Maybe it's not median, or maybe it doesn't have to be a multiple. Let me try some stuff out here. What if I just eliminated that? I mean, it worked for that one, but now it's not working here. I guess here, maybe I can check if diff mod x. Let's try that. Alright. I don't like, if this passes, I don't really like how I solve this problem. I think I just guessed with some things. I wasn't too sure. Let me see what I did 5 years ago, man. I was a lot worse. Well, no, not at this time. This time I was trained pretty well in October. I was close to my dang interview. So I put everything, I sorted them. Dang, I did the same thing, man. What the hell? It's crazy. But I didn't even check both middles. I only checked one middle. But I did the same thing. Anyways, well, almost the same thing. Shit. I guess it's time for the virtual contest. 499. The next one is gonna be 5 hundo. Am I ready? Here we go. All right, valid elements in an array. You're given an integer array nums. An element nums I is considered valid if it satisfies at least one of the following conditions. It is strictly greater than every element to its left. It is strictly greater than every element to its right. The first and last elements are always valid. Oh, at least one. I see. Turn an array of all valid elements in the same order as they appear in nums. Alright, let's see how we're gonna do that, man. I think I need to make left like max to the left, max to the right, and then I'll do that. What's the max to the left, man? I'm gonna just say it's int min. So max to the left of I is gonna be max, and then we'll update the maximum like that. So that's gonna be the left side. Now I'm gonna go from the right side to the front, and I guess we can reset the max. And then max right. Alright, so that's gonna give us, wait, should I do it that way? Yes, that's gonna give us at every index the left and right maximums. So then now I can just iterate over every element, and I'm gonna be like, if that number is greater than that max left and greater than max right, or not and, or if either of these is true, then it is a valid element. Uh-oh. Yike, what's happened? Yo, I like your hair. Thank you very much. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, and then 5, 5, and then 1. All right, I'm gonna send that. Easy Q1. Q2, sort vowels by frequency. You're given a string S consisting of lowercase English characters. Rearrange only the vowels in the string so they appear in non-increasing order by their frequency. Wait, what? Only the vowels. Okay, so then I'll just create a map on or third map. So I'm counting them. Well, first I'll make a function called isVowel that takes in a character and it just returns if it's a vowel. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. Is that right? So now I'm going to iterate over each character We're going to increment it in the frequency map if it's a vowel. And then now we're also going to push it back, I guess, or something. Hold on. Should I push it back? Yes. I want all vowels in there, not just a set. So now I'll just sort it with a custom sort comparator. Let me see if I remember how to do that. Is this how you do it? So we're gonna say freak. We want how many? The greater ones on the left. Shit, I don't know how it works, man. I always get confused how these comparators work, but I think it's this way. So I sort them, and now I'm going to iterate over all the characters. I guess I can just do it like this. And we'll be like, if it's a vowel, then what am I doing? Then I'm just going to replace it with whatever vowel we're at. So I'm gonna say C equal vowels I, and then increment I. Let me see if that works. Is vowel. Come on. Alright, we got LeetCode. A-E-I-O-U or whatever that says. Alright, should I send it? Think. Dang. Oh shit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What happened? Is there a tie? Did I not, I should have read more. I forgot to read the full thing, man. Jesus Christ. So if there's a tie, then order them by the first position. So, dang. Just cost myself 5 minutes. Wait. If order them by the position of their first occurrence. Let me think about what that means, because it wasn't super clear, but this problem, I guess, makes it more clear. E, E. So I guess the E comes first, so all E's come first, if that's what they're saying. And then the O's come second. Alright, I think that's what they say. HG Entertainment. What's happening from YouTube? Alright. What should I do here? I'm gonna say first position. But then, alright, I should change this. Jesus. What did I change that for again? Oh, first position. So high potential. What's happened? Thank you very much for the hydrates. Cheers. Alright, so if we already have it there, continue. Otherwise, put it as that. So then we're saying if there's a tie, then the first position, which is, I want it to be the first one first. Alright, I think that should do it, man. So let's use that test case. EE. Alright, that looks good to me, right? Hopefully. Alright, there we go. Q2. Q3 next. Minimum number of operations to make array non-decreasing. You're given an integer array nums of length n. In one operation, you may choose any subarray and increase each element in that subarray by x, where x is any positive integer. Return the minimum possible sum of the values of x across all operations required to make the array non-decreasing. An array is non-decreasing, blah, blah, blah. So many people solved it. Must not be too difficult. Let me take a closer look. Wait. Minimum possible sum of the values x. To make the array non-decreasing. So that means... Wait, what can we do? We can only increment elements. We can't decrement elements. So that means... I mean, we can't move the first one. That would be crazy. So do we just adjust every element by 1 or something? Or whatever, not 1, but just make it equal to the previous element? Wait, what? You just make it equal to the previous element? What kind of Q3 is this, man? So nums I minus 1, that's the previous. Wait, high potential. Finally got job offer. Very nice, man. Congratulations. Sounds like you're gonna get multiple offers, maybe. Hold on, let me think. So wait, if this diff is negative, then we're cool. We don't really need to do anything, do we? But if it's not, then we gotta do that. Oh, and then maybe we gotta update the current one to the previous. Dang, what the hell? 1. Oh, wait. Non-decreasing. Hold on. Oh yeah, you can update whole subarrays. Jesus. My bad. Crispy nugs. Yeah, I just started this, I guess 15 minutes ago. Back at it again. motivates you to write DSA every day. What's happening, man? Welcome. I don't do it every day, man. I only do it like 3 times a week. Dang. Each element in that subarray by x. So if we increased everything here by 1, okay. Wait, how are we gonna do that actually? I don't know. Is this C++? Yes, I'm working with C++ here. Time is ticking, man. I gotta think. Alright, let me look at this example 5, 1, 2, 3. And I'm saying for as long as these all have to be at least 5. So do I need to like find all the numbers? How do I do this, man? Find all the things lower than 5. Overfit. What's happened? Thank you very much for that Prime sub. How are you doing, man? I'm convinced the hair is the one doing the coding, dangling on the table, tapping away. Man, I'm thinking I gotta cut my hair. It's all the not all the way, just maybe a little trim. What do you do on the other 4 days? I don't do anything, man. I'm a bum. Could you explain it? I don't know how to solve Q3 yet. I'm trying to figure it out. So, how am I gonna handle I mean, it must be everything is is everything gonna end up as, oh no, 4? Why wouldn't I just add 4? Yeah, why? Wait, minimum possible sum. Can I binary search it? Maybe I can binary search. I'm thinking if we binary search on the answer, we see if that sum is possible by making, I guess it doesn't, wait. Return the minimum possible sum of the values of x across all operations. What does that mean, man? Add x equal 1 and then another x equal 1. So let's say answer is 2. Is it just the diff between the minimum and the maximum or something? No, it can't be. I guess every time I think I see something. Maybe this is our first target and every number under that target, we gotta add the minimum that we've seen or something. I don't know yet, man, but I have an idea. Let me see if it's gonna work with these example problems. What was I trying to do? I was trying to say, if the target is, right, if num's I is greater than our target, then we update our target. Otherwise, I'm gonna say we should remember the minimum number that we've seen. Wait. Let me think. The minimum of min and num's I. And then when we hit a number that's bigger, we need to add to the answer the diff between the target and the minimum. Who knows, man? I'm gonna try it out though. And then maybe we reset the minimum to, or maybe we do that right here and then do that. I don't know, man. Let me see. Afro King You, what's happened? How long have you been coding for? I've been coding since hold on. Wait, I've been coding since 2013. I think. Yeah, 2013. 0, man. Why am I saying 0? Alright, the minimum. Start from I. It's crazy talk. Oh, because maybe I have to do like one thing at the end. Either I do that or no, I'll just. Is that crazy? Alright, should I send that, man? Seems a little. Am I gonna overflow? I don't think I will. Could this? I don't know. Just to be certain, man, I'm just gonna put a long there. Fluffy, what's happened? Alright, I'm gonna send it. Can't believe that. So we don't have to do anything there, but this needs to be. Man, how did so many people get this one? How about myself? I'm doing alright. I'm leaving on my big trip next week, man. So I'm very excited. Wait, 23. Oh, so it does that 23 right there. Oh. Minimum possible sum value. I gotta think. To Taiwan, Korea, and Japan. 6 weeks, man. I don't know how to do this one, man, but so many people solved it, so maybe it's something I'm not seeing. For sure it's something I'm not seeing. Wait, what was that? This one. I say the answer is 31. How would they get that? So 23. If I added 23 to this, let me see what's up, man. Maybe I can spot my bug right now. Oops. So we hit this one up to plus 23, and then this becomes 24. I see. I think I see what's happening. Wait, 23, right? So 34, and then this one would be like 26, but it's still decreasing. So then we have to add 23 plus whatever this is, 12. But that's still not right. Or no, that's 8. My bad. Which is correct. 8. 23 plus 8. Yeah, elite whales. My bad, man. I can't do simple arithmetic. Alright, so how do I know that? I gotta. So I feel it's kind of. I get the 23. Update my target. No, so I only find the minimum. Wait, every time we just need to add the diff, maybe. Let me think about that. 23. And then this one, what's this diff? 23 plus 8? Is it every time there's a diff like that? No, because this is 1. Alright, I guess we gotta go until it's until it increases again. No, wait, alright. It's funky, man. Do I just keep running this? I just keep running this in a loop? Or hey Brett, what's happening? Very close. Yes. I can't figure it out, but I feel like I'm getting closer. Is it every time it... So this one is decreasing, but then it goes up. And then it goes back down again. So it's like, anytime it makes that drop down, it's like we gotta. I wonder if, dang. I don't want to submit too many times wrong answers, so I'm trying to like think, what can we do? Alright, I suppose we don't really see. Alright, this one is decreasing. Like there's a diff here and there's a diff here. And if I were to just add the diff every time it decreases, that would be incorrect. So maybe it needs to go up and then go back down. I think, how do I detect that pattern? Because if it goes up and it goes back down, versus if it's just always going down, then we'll take the minimum and raise everything up. But then if it I don't know. Should I excali draw? Let me excali draw. I see it in my head, but I can't articulate very well. I just open a new one, man. New? Claire? Delete? Alright, so if this is... Oh, if the diffs are like... Wait, it's supposed to be non-decreasing. But if our numbers go like so, and then comes back down... Wait, how do I draw this, man? Alright, let's say we have 5, 6, and then 1. And then 4. Wait, let's make this number bigger. 16, 1, 4, I don't know, 14, and then anything, 10. It's like 5, 16, 1, 4, 14. This is not drawn to scale. And then 10. So it's like every time it goes on these downward slopes. I think that's what I'm trying to detect. And I'm trying to like lift all of these up. I don't know. And then I have to lift this up to there. So it's like, do I just need those? And I just add all those diffs? What was that trig diagram for? I don't remember, man. We're talking about sines and cosines. Alright, looks good, Brett? Yeah, this is what I'm imagining. To do something like this, I just need to implement it. So, I love geometry. I don't know if I share those same feelings. Wait, drawing a random point from a circle. That was what we're doing last on excali draw. And the numbers that emerge from it, like pi. I don't know any other numbers. All right, let's see. Where were we? So how am I gonna detect those like... Wait, let me look at my diagram again. I guess I need to find like local peaks and valleys. So I need to remember my previous peak or valley, or my previous peak. I don't know, man. I think I can do it, but my brain hasn't been working lately. You did a law of cosines problem on LeetCode. Yeah, I don't remember what the problem was though. Oh, maybe you're saying it was a random circle one, or was like generate something, a point in a random point in a circle, or something else. I don't remember. All right, so every time how do I detect this? So maybe I should rename this to peak, previous peak or something. Pixel pusher, what's poppin'? Let me see what I'm doing. So this is the minimum. I don't need the minimum. I just need the valley. So if it's lower than CWM Emeritus, what's happened? A lot of people are overthinking this one. I think I'm one of them, pixel pusher. I think you're close. Hey, I have one wrong submission already. I've given up on LeetCode now. ChatGPT solves everything. I think LeetCode is still useful because interviews still ask it. All right. Dang, one line. OP means overpowered. One line. Is it like monotonic-y? No. So you have LinkedIn. I do, but I don't really use it. And I don't advertise it either. Consider 4, 3, 2, 1. Then it would just be 3, right? The answer would be 3. Because... Alright, let me just do the peak and valley thing, see if it works out. So if this is greater than the left and right sides, then I guess this is the previous peak. If it's a valley, should I say less than, equal to? I don't know. I don't know if it's like that. Seems a little sketch, but let me see what this is gonna say. 4, 2, and let me see this wrong answer one. Uh-oh. 31. Should I send it? I'm gonna send it. Oh, Jesus. Come on, man. How are they gonna do me like that? Billy Bad Bones, what's happened? I think these are good brain exercises puzzles, but I'm not taking them for a job. I think that practice is BS. Yeah, I guess so. To each their own, man. It rules out a lot of companies if you don't want to do that. But there are a lot of other companies, so you should be all right. Practice is an unavoidable part of the process. Same with theory. Allen Iverson, over we're talking about practice? Come on, man. We talking about practice. Anyways. What was I trying to do? I was trying to figure out how I can detect. I think I'm double counting or something. So for that wrong answer, I'm double counting the 11s because I'm counting both of them as valleys. So maybe I should just do some weird stuff like is this weird? That's super weird, man. But I'm gonna do it anyways. Oh, it doesn't change. Wait, maybe it's another problem. All right, so we hit this. Wait. It's crazy talk. 10. And this is supposed to be, it's less than that, and it's less than that. So then this should be 6. The previous peak is 10. The current number is 6. Oh, and then I subtract 1 here. Maybe I update the peak there. Let me think what's going on here, man. Maybe I don't update the peak here. And then I do a -1 on the answer. All right, maybe that's the bug. All right, should I send this? Afro King You, thank you very much for the follow. Come on, man. All right, I have too many wrong submissions here, man. Oh, shit. Maybe I need to take that part out, actually. Uh-oh. All right, let me think about this one now. So say the answer is 12. So I'm double adding it there, man. That's what I was trying to stop. But even this didn't do it. Wait. Just did it right there. 6. No. I think I just got, it's confusing myself. It didn't change anything. It should be 12. But wait, why did this not work? I don't know, man. Steven Sagiball, what's happened? Last stream ever? No. Man, I'm so close. 9 missing things. What am I doing wrong? Not a while if. Wait. I was thinking of doing I plus plus, but all right. Let me try what you're saying though. I just want to increment one time. So wait, how did that? I still have a wrong answer here. Maybe. This one is a wrong answer because the answer was 6. Maybe I messed up by not updating the peak. But then it comes here and it's greater than equal that, but this part is not true because I put int max here. Maybe that part is kind of funky. Have you ever done a sober stream? What you talking about, man? Man, this problem is hard for me. It's crazy. Did that fix it? What did I just remove? The int max part. But then now I feel like there might be an edge case. Not even an edge case like these ones. Maybe I should just hit this at the end. If I'm getting myself confused, man. I think I can't quite figure everything out. And it's getting sloppy in my thinking. Why do you have and statements for the conditionals? Well, I was checking my peaks to see if it was like a local min, but then I don't know. So close. I don't know, man. It's an implementation problem for me, I think. What should I do? Should I just keep submitting stuff that's wrong? I don't think that's the answer, you know. Should I maybe instead of doing this, I should remember my previous number and reference it here. Let me think if that would help. Let me see what's going on with which ones. These are broken for sure. 3, 2, 1, and I think this is because it never reaches a valley. So maybe I should assume that what can I say? If the back number is less than the previous peak, then maybe we should add that. I don't know if that's true though. 6. That's not right, man. It looks like you tried to optimize it when you didn't need to look at pixel example. Try catch development. Did I say what's up? I don't even remember. You did 4 minus 1. You could have done 4 minus 3 plus 3 minus 2 plus 2 minus 1. That's crazy. I see what you're saying, Brett. Perito 95 RSNG. What's happened? Welcome to the party. Thank you very much for a 25 stream streak. Every number is a valley, even if it isn't. And then you just, man, I think I tried that in the beginning and it didn't work. But let me see what's up. So every number is a valley, even if it isn't. Wait, I had that there. Anyways, let me just erase it actually. So this is my previous peak. And then why can't I type today? So all right, here's where I'm confused with that. If I treat everything, every number as a valley, then it's like I'm gonna add 2. I'm gonna add the 1 here for that diff, and then I get here, and the previous peak is. So you're saying, oh, it's like I see what you're saying, man. I think I see what you're saying. And then I just add those. Sounds crazy, man. It's so simple. But I can't see how, like, I can't convince myself that that is gonna work unless I really sit down and think of it. And even then, it's hard for me to fully believe that it will work. Because I think I thought of something like this early on. I was like, no, man, that sounds crazy to work. But that was tough for me, man, to see that. Anyways, let me see what's up with the next one, Q4. I think if I can't solve Q4, then this contest would have been very bad for me. All right, wait, maximum sum of alternating subsequence with distance at least k. You're given an integer array nums of length n and an integer k. Pick a subsequence with indices within range for every for every 1 less than t less, whatever this means. The selected values form a strictly alternating sequence. Q4 is a segment tree problem. Dang, well, I wouldn't have solved it then because I don't really know segment trees. What LeetCode question number? Oh wait, Jatin Pathak. What's happened? Yes, I see what you're saying. What LeetCode question number? I'm doing the last contest. You gotta practice your segment tree template. Yeah, I've been avoiding segment trees my whole career, man. Because I always thought like I only do LeetCode in order to pass interviews. And I think in the past, segment tree questions have been kind of out of scope for interviews. But in 2026, I'm not sure, man. People be asking crazy questions these days. And I've actually seen like people being asked like segment trees. I've heard segment tree questions on interviews, but pretty rare. Yeah, I've seen them at Google. I've seen people. It's in like the question database that was there. I remember when I was training way back when, 5 years ago, like DP wasn't also very common, but I think DP problems are quite common now. I remember Google said that they banned DP problems, but I don't think that's the case in 2026. I had a student get into Google since I taught her about segment trees. Yeah, that's wild. I would be so upset at myself if I had a big interview and I got segment trees, and I purposely didn't study segment trees because I thought they were too rare to come across. But I think it's time for me to just learn all the advanced algorithms and stop being lazy. I think for sure I could learn them, I just haven't put the time in, man. So that's like rolling hash, segment trees, maybe even union find. I think those are the big ones I'm missing. All those, maybe some of the, I don't know. One day I could teach you bottom-up DP. Oh yeah, I guess bottom-up DP is something it's on my list. Yeah, maybe, well, I don't know if it's gonna happen anytime soon because my big trip is coming up. I'm learning data structures and algorithms at the moment. Should I use LeetCode as beginner's learning source? Yeah, I think LeetCode has a great skill level for beginners and intermediate. It's like of all ranges of skills, man. Oh shit. You have like the really easy problems. You have their guides also, I think, are decent. I don't know where it's at though. Problems. Study plan, explore, somewhere in those things. Uber newbie, what's happened? Just curious, how often do you implement these algos at your job? I don't have a job, man, so never. Just LeetCode every day, treat it like a video game. Yeah, that's what I think you got to do if you're trying to like do the LeetCode grind. I think doing it every day keeps you in a rhythm. I find that if I stop doing things every day, there's a chance I might not do it at all. So, very bad performance. Dang, 6,300 with so many wrong attempts on Q3. What happened? It's been a while since I've logged on. I quit. That's what happened. But when I had a job, I didn't use them very rare or very often. But I think I used like how I try to optimize some problems on LeetCode. I've gone through the same mental checklists at work, and I found many optimizations that I do in production that are tricks that I've learned from LeetCoding. AI is about to get really expensive. I've temporarily unsubscribed from it. Michael PC Gamer, what's happened? You mean because tokens are just flying out the window these days, man? Yeah, I took I took the VEP voluntary exit program. I was gonna quit anyways, and then that thing came up, so I just decided to take that. Did you move back? Move back where? Right now I'm in Canada. That's where I live. I moved out of New York. Did you get stocks on exits? No. You don't get stocks, man. You just get your severance. The severance for me was 17 weeks. So it's 14 weeks plus 3 weeks for every full year. And I did like 3 years, 11 months. So I got 17 weeks. Plus I had, I don't know, almost 200 vacation hours saved up. And I got paid out for all my vacation as well. Which I don't know how many. That's like an extra 4 weeks or something, 5 weeks. I'm in Canada too, Windsor. I don't really know Canada very well, but I'm near Toronto. I'm on Long Island, New York, getting too pricey, even away from the city. Yeah, I like New York. I think I'd have stayed in New York if I could get more space, but my apartment was too small, man, and more space in New York is just so expensive. I used GHCP for several months, but their subscription changed, and I decided I had enough. Wait, what's GHCP? Might consider moving to Codex. I don't even know. Is that Google stuff? GitHub Copilot, I see. Wait. Yeah, I hear Codex is bumping right now. High Potential. Is that a show? My wife and I bounced out of NYC to Jersey. But do you work in NYC? So you gotta take the dang bus? Or I don't know how people get from New Jersey, man. Bus or the train or something. Great show. All right. Message retracted. What was I gonna do? I'm not gonna do Q4. We'll do elite rooms, man. Here we go. Let's do easies and mediums. Or should we do all mediums? Let me think. Maybe all mediums. I got an interview from a fintech company in Canada for intern. They asked me a DFS question. How'd you do? Did you solve the problem? Do you think you're gonna get an offer or what? Still need a ask conversational interface, not an agent running for hours and make a ton of mistakes. Yeah, I don't like to have my agents run unsupervised for that long either. All right, here we go. 45 minutes, 4 medium problems. Let's see what's popping. Elite Rooms is an extension that allows us to basically solve problems together in LeetCode. So Leet Whale has just joined, and we'll see who submits. There'll be a scoreboard with like who gets which problems, and then we can look at each other's codes. All right, minimum number of operations to move all balls to each box. I guess I'll just start with this one. You have n boxes. You're given a binary string boxes of length n, where boxes I is 0 if the ith box is empty and 1 if it contains one ball. In one operation, you can move one ball from a box to an adjacent box. Box I is adjacent to box j if the distance is equal to 1. Note that after doing so, there may be more than one ball in some boxes. Return an array answer of size n, where answer I is the minimum number of operations needed to move all the balls to the ith box. Each answer is calculated considering the initial states of the boxes. Wait, what? Oh, how many moves to that box? I see. I think one ball. It's like we gotta add up all the distances of all the ones. All of the balls, chat. Yeah, crispy nugs. You like that. I can tell. Clone graph problem. It was not bad, I don't think. I will... so you'll get an offer? Wait, what? It was not bad, I don't think. So I will get an offer. Oh, very nice then. Yeah, I think clone graph is a LeetCode problem that maybe I did it a real long time ago. All right, we gotta move all these balls, man. But for each index, oh look at that. N is only 2,000. I wonder if n squared solution might work here. Should we try n squared? Or is that whack? It might be whack. I don't even know. We'll see. Alright, so this is my target, I. Then for each j, I'm going to say something like if boxes I has a ball in it, then oh wait, some boxes might have multiple balls. Yeah, so I just need to move the distance, like I minus j. Wait, not ants. That should be red. And then I'm gonna say that. Uh-oh. What am I doing, man? I didn't initialize this size. Strong use them. What's happened? Has optical fiber wired in the brain? What are you talking about, man? What the heck is happening, man? Oh shit, this is supposed to be boxes J, not boxes I. Alright, should I send this? I'm not too sure. It's n squared, but maybe. We'll see. Dang. I'm pretty sure we can do it better than n squared, but I'm gonna take that. And I'll move on to the next one. Brick wall. There is a rectangular brick wall in front of you with n rows of bricks. Wait, you did ON? Dang, should I go back and do a ON? Alright. I can't leave an n squared on a medium problem, man. That is too cheesy. You're right, Leet Whale. Let me think. How are we gonna do this in better time complexity? What do I need to know here? I need to know basically I need to know the sum. Can I do prefix sums? I'm thinking, all right, let me think. Prefix sums is what's on my mind. Let's look at example 2. We got 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. The answer is 11, 8, 5, 4, 3, 4. So this means if it was prefix sums, let me put some indices here as well. If it was prefix sums, maybe this would be like this distance is 2, and then this one is still 2. And then now we have a new box, so this distance would be, I guess, 4. And then this one will be 5. Nah. 2 plus 4 is 6, and 6 plus 5 is 11. That's how it would be, prefix sums. So for everything, we're going to look at this prefix sums, which is 11 minus 0. And then the other prefix sums for this 8, it'll be 11 minus 2. Nah. How are we going to get 8 there? Oh, prefix and suffix sums, maybe. Prefix sums on the right side and suffix sums on the left side. That's what I'm thinking. Shit, sorry. I missed some comments here. Yesterday I had an OA, 3 questions, 1 hour. I know I could have solved 2 at least, but I don't know why I opted for a different approach for a second question. I messed up my OA and missed edge cases. Dang. Hey, don't worry, man. Just keep on keeping on. Learn from your mistakes. Don't make those same mistakes again. Keep applying. Wait, you can optimize from n squared to ON. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to do. Prefix and suffix sums right now. Abilash, how you doing? Good morning or good night to you. It's nighttime over here. All right, prefix sums. These are my prefix sums. Let me do the suffix sums now. So suffix sums would be like 0, I guess. 5. No. That would be 1. 1 distance. That'd be 1 or 0, man. I don't know, man. I'm gonna say 1. Let's see how it plays out. 1, 2, 2, and this would be 2 plus 3 is just 5, or is it 4? I don't know yet. What was I doing? So we got the 11 by doing that, but here we have to get the 8, so we can get but this is 9, man. I feel like something ain't right. Let me think. Something ain't right in whatever I'm trying to do here. Anyways, I'm gonna just try and implement it and see what happens, man. So let me make my prefix sums. And my suffix sums. I think we push back 0 for both. We'll see. All right, so if this is a ball, then we're gonna add it to the distance. Should do I plus 1, or I is good. I'm gonna just leave it at I. And then push that back. And then I'll do it for the suffix sums as well. So we'll start from the back, go to the front, maybe that. And then now I'll try this prefix sum, suffix sum thing. So I guess it would be it's gonna be prefix sum of the last minus I plus 1 or I don't know. I'm gonna say I plus the suffix of the front. Wait, how does the suffix sum work, man? My suffix sum is gonna be kind of crazy. I wonder if I should put this it's tripping me out, man. Should I just reverse it at the end? Is that weird? I don't know what I'm doing here. And then I'll use Something like that. I am unsure of this solution, man, but we'll see what happens. But I've solved this. Let me see when I've solved it. Wait, what? 10 minutes ago? That ain't right. Oh, yeah. Because I did n squared cheese. Alright, hold up, man. So... Alright, the suffix sums thing ain't right. So I wonder if I should do... Wait, let me think. 0, 1, 3. 0, 1, 3. I'm gonna do some debugging. Maybe... So there should be 2 in I equal 2. So 2 minus 2, 0, 1. Alright, I'm gonna just print it out, man. I'm getting bad at LeetCode. 0, 1, 3. 0, 0, 1, 3. So let me see. Oh. Maybe I shouldn't reverse it. Wait, maybe I reversed it the wrong place. All right. Let me see if that's good. Man, I can't get these things to work. Do I have an off by 1? Or something? It's a big struggle with me every day, man. Maybe this should be... I minus 1? I'm just guessing now. Struggling out here. Alright. I think I'm losing focus. So I reverse it. This should be the back. And I'm trying to like... Alright, let me try some other junk, man. I don't know what to do. Should I move on? I'm gonna skip this. I'll do it another time, man. Brick wall. 5 years since I solved this one. There's a rectangular brick wall in front of you with n rows of bricks. The ith row has some number of bricks, each of the same height, but they can be of different widths. The total width of each row is the same. Draw a vertical line from the top to the bottom and cross the least bricks. If your line goes through the edge of a brick, then the brick is not considered as crossed. You cannot draw a line just along one of the two vertical edges of the wall, in which case the line will obviously cross no bricks. Given the 2D array wall that contains the information about the wall, return the minimum number of crossed bricks after drawing such a vertical line. They want the minimum. All right, which line? He needs to somehow calculate contributions to the right of I and contributions to the left and figure out how to adjust those contributions as you iterate. I kept track of how many ones are on both sides of I, which helps with adjusting the contributions for each side as I iterate. Yeah, I guess I was trying some stuff like that. Should I peek at your solution for that? See what you did. Man, you're a Python user though. My variable names aren't good. Yeah. All right, N standard. B. I don't even know that. A list of map int to boxes. I don't know what that means, man. L, C, and RC are counts of ones to the left and right. Or left count, right count. Sum of B. Oh, wait. So I guess, yeah, I see. Interesting. Variable name nightmare? Yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying here, man. So you take it from the right count, that index, then you do your right plus L's, and then you adjust the left side, like you move it over from the right to the left. But what's this B, man? It's a list of something. I don't know. All right. Anyways, thank you, LeetWhale. I don't know if I'm going to try and adjust it. I'm ready to move on from that problem. All right, so this one we got to find a line that we can draw that will intersect as little as possible. Oh, geez. I've solved this one, but I don't know how I'm going to solve it right now. I guess we need to figure out, like, the least. All right, between Oh, these are the segments. So one, so maybe I take the sum. Let me think. If I draw a line at 1, I would hit this one, I'd hit that one, and I hit that one. So that's like half of them. So 6 minus 3. If I draw a line at 2, I'll just hit 1. Well, I'm seeing how many things I won't hit actually. So I actually hit 5. How do I do this? I don't know. But I've solved it in the past. All right, so 1 plus 2, 3 plus 2, 5 plus 2, 6. And then 3 plus 1, 4 plus 2, 6. I'm just adding up all of these numbers. So 1 plus 3 is 4 plus 2 is 6. And we got 2 and 6. And then we got 3, 4, 6. And we got 1, 4, 5, 6 for that one. All right, so what am I? The line that we draw that's best is on 4. So is it, we're trying to find the number that appears the most between 1 and 6, I guess. No, wait, I guess that's 0. Let me think, man. All right. So I'll say somewhere between 1 and 0, or I mean 1 and 5 inclusive. That's where I need to draw my line. 0 and 6. So maybe I'll just erase 6 from all of these, and these are my candidates. Maybe I just need to count the most common number in all the frequency, right? Should I try that? Let me try. How are we gonna do it, man? This is the count. So I'm iterating through all layers of the wall, and I'm gonna say the length. That's the length. And I'll increment that frequency. And then now I'm going to go over all of those frequencies and find the most common one. Right? Let me see. Can I overflow? I don't think I can. Oh, wait. Maybe I can overflow here. No, wait. 2 to the 31. Yes, I can overflow. Dang, is this how we're gonna solve it? What am I trying to do? I'm trying to find the most frequent number. I don't know if this is gonna work. Apparently not. Wait. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I guess it wasn't too bad. I just had to ignore the sum because every wall becomes that length. Big King Boss, what's happened? I don't know what you're saying. Something binary. I don't even know what language I'm trying to read, man. But welcome. Alright, what we got next? Should we do Q3 here? Queens that can attack the king. I have not solved this one. At least I don't think I have. Alright, on a zero indexed 8x8 chessboard, there can be multiple black queens and one white king. You are given a 2D integer array queens, where queens I equal the x and y position of the ith black queen on the chessboard. You're also given an integer array king of length 2, where king is equal to the x and y coordinate of the white king. Return the coordinates of the black queens that can directly attack the king. You may return the answer in any order. I think I can do this. I'll just expand outwards from the king. And brick wall is fun. Yeah, that problem wasn't too bad. Oh man, but they're using like XY coordinates, man. It's a little confusing. But they're using XY as row column though, which is even more confusing, man. So I'll just treat these XYs that they say as row column instead of XY. Because they're saying like 0, 0 is the top left in this thing. But wait, the king is at 0, 0. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3. 2, 4. Row 2, column 4. So these are RC coordinates. I'll just keep them as RC. So do I have to actually make a board? I don't think I have to, but I will. Row. Wait, are you King Boss 007? Are you talking about the brick wall problem, man? Wait, the gaps occur. Yes. 0, 1, and 5. Binary from left. Wait, what are you trying to say with those binary things, though? Anyways. How do I go in all directions until the end? Alright. Hey, how do you quickly do all 8 directions, man? Wait, how do you do it? Let me try. So these are my directions. I'm trying to add them. Like that. Should we check if they're good? Let's see what these directions look like. Anyways, man. -1. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I hope they're good because I'm gonna use them. All right, so those are my directions. I guess I'm trying to put all the queens in. My board. Should I put 1 as a queen? I'm gonna try that. And then I'll just I'll iterate over all my directions. And I'm just going to make a function that will go to the end or something. So I'll have a starting R, starting C, or RC and then the direction we should be running to. And what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say if we go out of bounds, we should end. And then if it's a 1, then we're good. So it says we can return them in any order. What am I doing? This is my answer, so I'll just push back that queen. Wait. Let me think. Should I do that? Push back the queen, and then maybe I'll mark it as... Do I want to mark it as anything, man? Just say that we don't count it again. All right, here we go. So R plus DR, C plus DC, and DR DC doesn't change. So for every direction that we should be running to, I'm gonna just run der on the king's position, which is king 0, king 1. And then the der 0, der 1. Let's see if that works. Uh-oh. I see. Anyways, dang, 1 minute left in this room. Moving too slow. What are they talking about, man? All right, so I hit 0, 1, but I should not be able to get to 0, 4 because this should return early, but I forgot to put the return there. All right, there we go. Jeez. All right, what's next? We got 1 minute left, but who cares? I'll still try and do the last Q4 in here. Maybe. Score after flipping matrix. You're given an m by n binary matrix grid. A move consists of choosing any row or column and toggling each value in that row or column. That is, changing all zeros to ones and all ones to zeros. Every row of the matrix is interpreted as a binary number, and the score of the matrix is the sum of these numbers. Return the highest possible score after making any number of moves, including 0 moves. Choosing any row or column and toggling each value in that row or column. Return the highest possible score. any number of moves. So let's try to figure this out, man. We can flip any row from ones to zeros, and we can also flip any column. So we're trying to make one row has as many ones as possible. Right? So oh, it's not, we're taking the sum of the whole matrix, not just one row. Dang, 80%. This is an easy problem. The code guy, what's happening? I'm so dumb that I get stuck with single problem for more than an hour. Is it normal for one starting? Yeah, that is very normal, man. Everybody gets stuck. I'd say I get stuck for way longer than an hour sometimes. But I try not to get stuck for too long. If I get stuck, usually I just move on with my life, man, and I'll revisit that problem sometimes. My brain is just a little cloudy. But if you're just starting, you should be focused more on learning than trying to solve problems. I think once you cover all the foundational stuff, then you can try and solve problems with your new knowledge. But if you're learning, I think you should focus on learning instead of just trying to solve problems, if you know what I mean. All right, so maybe every time I see a zero, I flip it. And then every column that has more zeros than ones, I flip it. That's what I'm gonna do. Right? So if I'm going left to right in each row, as soon as I see a zero, I should flip, because that should, the binary stuff would be like 8, 4, 2, 1. So these are my bit values for each bit position. So if I see a zero here, who cares if all of these are set? Because 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. But 8 is more valuable than all of these. So that means I should just flip it immediately. The first, wait. Should I do that? If the row starts with a 0, I should flip it. And then I should flip every column after I do that flip. Every column that has more zeros than ones. That's what I'm thinking. Any good resources for DSA? Yeah, I think there's so many resources out there, man. LeetCode, Explorer, all the lists, Blind 75, Grind 75, NeetCode, Sean Prashad, even though I don't know if he keeps his list active. I think all the lists are the same. LeetCode has a list. There's the educative grokking the coding interview. There's take you forward or something. I don't think the resources are hard to find. I think what's hard is to just actually stick to one or stick to any, just practice every day. That's the hardest part. Anyways, let me try to do these flips here. So I'm saying wait, what am I saying? That's not what I was saying. I'm iterating through each row, and if the first thing is a 0, I want to flip it. So let's see how I do this. Row flipped. So if this is 0, then flip that thing, man. And then now let me look at the constraints here. Dang, it's not that much. So we're probably good to do this. So for each column, oh, Jesus. Actually, I don't know. I wonder if it's just a take it or leave it, man, where you go through every row and every column and you just either flip it or you don't flip it. But man, how did so many people get this? Doesn't seem that obvious to me what to do. Like, I'm not sure if, I'm thinking if this is even true. I think we gotta try and just flip every row, every column. But then they say there's 20. So 20 by 20. Is that too many? All right, let me rethink this. Checking grid R0 makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I thought it made sense, Elite Whale, but what's confusing me now is, all right, let's say we have this matrix 0 0 or 0 1 1 1 0 0. Wait. Maybe by doing this example, I might. If I flipped this, yes, I guess it does make sense. we want to make sure the leftmost column is all set. And this will ensure that if we flip that row. So by doing this part, this is going to make sure that everything in the significant bit column is all set. And then from there, we can just flip the zeros here. So things that, all right, maybe I should have done that before to like convince myself things are going to be fine. Sometimes I psych myself out, man. So I guess we should start from the first column, because column 0, they should all be 1s right now. I'm gonna count. I'm gonna think of some nicer variable name, but count is okay. So we're gonna say if that grid is 1, then it's, oh no, not like that. Grid, and then we flip it with row flipped. What am I typing, man? If that is equal to 1, then we increment the counts. And at the end here, we're going to be like, if rows minus count. Wait, what are you saying? If there are more zeros, so rows minus count is the number of zeros. Let me just make that clear for myself. So if the number of zeros is greater than the number of bits, then we should flip that thing. Call flipped true. Yes. And then now I have to calculate the dang things. How do I do this, man? What's the, all right, so if my columns is 4, then what's the size of my most significant bit? It's gonna be shifted rows or calls? Let me think. So it should be 8, and then 1 shifted 1 time, 2 time, 3 times. So maybe shifted calls minus 1. Might be off by 1. I don't know. Wait, how do you do this again? No, we just did this the other day, man. I think Don't Defense walked me through something. Let me try and remember. It's like adding from left to right your binary stuff. So it's like per, multiply that by 2. Row flipped, call flipped. Anyways. First porridge, what's happened? A guy with long hair, untrimmed beard, typing on a mechanical keyboard, doing LeetCode practice in C++. Now that's what I can watch all day long. Interesting. Yeah, you came to the right place if you're into that type of stuff, man. But it's not all day long. I can only do LeetCode for a few hours, and then my brain gets too mushy. And I'm reaching that point right now where it's hard for me to focus. All right, what am I trying to do here? Try to multiply by 2 and add 1. Yes, multiply by 2 and add. Well, add if it's set. So I think that should do it. And then, I guess we accumulate the cur. It might be after this problem, that's the end for me, man. We'll see. What are we doing wrong? Do I have to put this like that? Who knows? Is that a what keyboard? This keyboard is called a Bubble 75, and I forget the switches I got in there, man. I really should go look it up. Oh, dang. It'll just be row C. But the previous switches I had in here were called Aqua Kings. Dang, I gotta do this. But I don't have the Aqua Kings anymore, but it's a very similar switch. Like the feel and the sound is similar. Sergeant Pepper. What's poppin', man? Did you say there are Oil Kings back? Yeah, before Aqua Kings, I had Oil Kings. So I went Oil Kings, Aqua Kings, and I forget what the heck they're called now. I can't keep up, man. There's too many dang switches. All right, easy. Man, that wasn't so easy. Like, this acceptance rate is really high. That's a little bit sus, I feel. Usually things with like 80% acceptance rate is like a dang typing contest. Anyways. Le? Pixel Pusher, what's up? LE? What does that mean? What? What should we do now, man? 11:28. Oh, let's go. Yeah. Nobody did Q4? Well, maybe you guys already did it. Alright, what should I do now, man? Wait, I don't understand a shit, but you rocked it. Hey, if you ever would like to me to explain in more detail, I'm happy to try. Do you think the vibe coders meddle with the acceptance rates? Hey, that could be a possibility, especially I think once a problem hits the daily problem, like a recent daily, I think the acceptance rates shoot up. That's a theory that I have, because people just want their coins, so they just copy and paste whichever solution. Finally got brick wall, very nice. Michael PC Gamer. I guess we can't see. Interesting trick. Yeah, I just like figured out the exact position it would get cut, and then did a frequency count and see which number appeared the most, and then that's the number that we should choose. Maybe you did something similar. Alright guys, I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming on Wednesday, man. I'm leaving next week for a while. I'll be going away for a few months. I've been trying to go on this trip for many years, man. And it's finally happening. So we'll see if I come on Wednesday. Wait, find all the accumulating prefixes, put into a dictionary. Yeah, I think I did that. You share where your trip is? Yes, I'm going to Taiwan, Korea, Japan. 6 weeks total. Cannot understand that 2D traversal part. I get confused a lot. Can you explain shortly to a dumb guy? Man, you're not a dumb guy. But I will explain real quick. The 2D traversals. Yeah, the 2D traversals used to look real scary to me in the beginning. But basically, anytime I get a 2D array, I like to break it down into rows and columns. So like, this is our grid. Oops. This is the grid that they give us. So it's a dang list that contains lists in there. So it's a list and it has 3 elements, and each element is a list itself. So that's what a 2D grid is. So the number of rows we have here is 3. I'll number them 0, 1, 2. And the number of columns that we got here is 4. I'll also number them 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I wanted to visit every single cell in this 2D grid, this is a standard traversal. So you do this for loop 0 through rows. So that's 0, 1, and 2. Those are all the numbers you're gonna hit each row. Oops. You know, so we start at row 0, and then inside that you do, and now it's gonna go through each column, starting from this column, 0 column. So it's gonna go, I guess we're in 0 row. The traversal starts here, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, and it reaches the end in here. Then it goes down to the next row. And that's how it traverses 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and it goes to the next row. Anyways, Spetsnaz logic, what's happened? Wait, eat some XLB's soup dumplings. Oh yeah, Taiwan is apparently bumping for soup dumplings. I was thinking about going to Japan or Korea for a month. Maybe Da Nang. Hey, Da Nang is real cheap, but I don't know. I'm going to Japan for the month, and then Taiwan, Korea will be like 2 weeks. You like to break 2D arrays into rows and columns? Who do you think you are, Neo? What? Singular moduli. What's happened? Or moduli? Hey, I just watched a little bit of The Matrix for the first time in probably since it came out. It's a pretty cool movie. Wait, I'm a business analyst, almost graduating in June 2026. What languages should I learn to achieve the mark of 100K? I don't think the language determines how much you get paid like that. I don't know anything about business analysts either. But are you saying you're looking for software engineering, or I don't know what business analysts do, man. I'm not gonna lie. Are you trying to switch or pivot into programming stuff, or what? Anyways, man, I'm trying to pack light. I'm trying to take only carry-on and a backpack. So probably gonna bring minimal clothing. And then once I get to Japan, I'll probably buy stuff, you know. Maybe even bring back many suitcases of junk. I haven't worked with a BA in a while, but if I had to guess, I would think they're likely having a hard time with AI doing a lot of that kind of work. Yeah, I guess we're all having a hard time with AI taking our work or something. Is that the end? Is that it, man? My brain ain't really thinking too much these days. They use SQL, Python, R, and translate data to higher ups who don't understand numbers so fast. I see. Well, it sounds like you gotta learn. I don't know. Do you need to learn SQL like that? I don't even know SQL, but if I had to write SQL, I think I could write SQL. No, wait, I mean, I don't know what they do. I'm not gonna pretend like I know what VAs do, man. I don't know much, actually. The only thing I know a little bit about is doing LeetCode. I don't even know software engineering stuff. Like, there's so much that I don't know, man. Anyways, is it time for me to go? I think it is. A little bit early, but oh dang, Stew Squared is on. So is I Am Samir here. Let's go hit Stew Squared, man. Stew Squared is usually a Advent of Code streamer. It's a little bit early for him to be on, but it's pretty cool. Wait, Samir's on my website right now? Oh wait, are you saying we gotta go hit up Samir? I feel like we raid Samir a lot, man. I think I would raid him usually. But wait. But let me just hit up Stu since he doesn't come on. Wait, he's on Type Blazer right now? Do we gotta hit up Samir? Oh shit. Alright, we gotta hit up Samir then. My bad, Stu. Maybe next time. I hope Type Blazer is working. I'm not gonna lie. I need to work on Type Blazer, man. Been slacking. What's your profession? I'm a bum. I don't have a job, but I guess software engineer if I had to choose one. But I gotta go. I'm pretty sure I'll stream on Wednesday, man. I'm not just gonna leave like that. I'm gonna stream on Wednesday, and I think Wednesday will be the last stream. and then I go on my big trip. So thank you very much for tuning in. Leet Whale, Michael PC Gamer, adios amigos, Pixel Pusher, Singular Moduli, Sergeant Pepper, Spetsnats Logic, adios. Thank you very much for tuning in. Who else out there? Big King Boss 007, Icy Black Deep, hello, goodbye. Thanks for tuning in. Nick Hill, First Porridge, The Code Guy 01, all you YouTubers, also thank you very much for tuning in. I'll be back on Wednesday at regular time, which is 9 p.m. Eastern time. For, I don't know, I guess we'll do some final LeetCode before I leave for a couple months. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream in Japan. It's not out of the question, but I don't want to commit to it yet.